Hello everyone, my name is Diya Bhengra and I'm a candidate for Teen Miss Runway Supermodel Australia. I'd like to share with you my experience at the mental health workshop with the other candidates that I participated in at the start of the month. The workshop was a fun and interactive way of learning about ourselves and self-awareness. We learnt about the importance of mental health, staying true to our dreams and ambitions, and tried some riddles along the way. We also got the opportunity to learn about how to handle the judgment and criticism of others and become stronger within ourselves, all the while enjoying some mini games and activities with prizes. It was an enjoyable day workshop where all of the Teen Miss Runway Supermodel Australia girls had fun together during each activity. The facilitator for the workshop was called John, a registered counsellor, Master of Arts and Psychology, and member of Australian Counselling Association. His presentation, activities, and passion were all displayed during the workshop, and his words inspired us all. He was very friendly and approachable, and made the entire workshop experience lively and engaging. From the workshop, I learnt that it is important to be self-aware and know your strengths and weaknesses to be able to be happily successful in all of your endeavours. In the workshop, we also took time to acknowledge the vast support systems we all have, whether it be our friends, family, or even teachers. It was an excellent opportunity to appreciate the people that love and support us and recognise that no one is alone, and there will always be people out there that care and are willing to help. It also made me realise that by being grateful for the care we receive from others in harder times, we can show them how much it means by also sharing the same kindness with others. We also learnt about ourselves more during the workshop by identifying our strengths, weaknesses, passions, goals, and ambitions. One thing that I noticed as we all participated in this activity is that each girl had a set of strengths, passions, and goals that were unique to them. This helped us all realise and appreciate that the diversity of our passions, but shared longing for success and positivity, is something to be highly valued. So not only were we learning about ourselves, but we also got the chance to learn about each other and how we can uplift ourselves by lifting others. The task that we were given for homework allowed me to take a deeper look into who I am and what I can do to improve to become the best version of myself that I can. It also helped me discover my preferred ways of learning and how I can learn effectively. It was a chance for me to self-reflect, which I think is very important to progress with your best foot forward in the future. And the things that we learn in the workshop are all beneficial to keeping a healthy mind and profiting our mental health. I believe that mental health is important because it is just as important as our physical health. Our mental health can often be overlooked when it needs more attention because our minds are what control our bodies, and if our mental health isn't adequate, then it can have a negative effect on our bodies, the people around us, and our everyday lives. Mental health affects the way we think, feel, and act, which is why it is so important. It can be the difference between whether you are working to your full potential or not, whether you can keep healthy relationships and make it through each day productively. Another reason why mental health is important is that when it is neglected, it can have an incredibly negative impact on all aspects of your life. Take, for example, when someone is affected with a mental health illness, they are quite obviously not mentally healthy. This can result in difficulty in socializing, which can affect relationships, create a feeling of fatigue and restlessness, which can affect school and work performance, and in turn become detrimental to almost every aspect of your life. Mental health is an important factor in our lives as it contributes to which kind of lifestyle we live. I also wanted to add that a common misconception around mental health is that your mental health is perfect if you are not diagnosed with a mental health condition. This is untrue, and everyone experiences some type of mental health instability or shock with everything 2020 has thrown at us. I know that mental health can seem hard to talk about as it is such an intimate part of a person and personal thing to share, but I believe that especially in light of recent events with lockdown and coronavirus pandemic, mental health has become even more important to bring awareness to. It is human nature for us to be able to socialize and nurture relationships with numerous social interactions within a week, but across the world, this became difficult. Of course, this almost directly affected global mental health conditions, and we all needed to reach out and comfort each other. As restrictions are gradually easing, I think it is the perfect time to recognize the importance of mental health, since many people worldwide had to experience what it felt like to not be mentally healthy in isolation. I think something that became extremely beneficial to keeping up mental health was social media. Since we were all able to maintain some form of communication through social media, our mental health wasn't entirely betrayed, since social interaction is an important part of being mentally healthy too. We all must pay close attention to others and our own mental health, since it is unseen in our minds, which is why it can be hard to keep track of, especially when suffering from a mental health illness. Humankind has not always been aware of mental health, and it was only until an ancient psychiatrist in 1883 noticed through a behavioural study that there could be underlying problems that cause people to act and think a certain way. After this discovery, the world immediately started spreading mental health awareness, and today many have displayed that mental health is just as important as physical health, and can even be a contributing factor to the reason our physical health could deteriorate. But because we only see our bodies and not our minds, it's easy to dismiss the consequential role of our mental health in our lives. Nurturing our mental health will result in a healthier and happier lifestyle, which is why it's so imperative. All of our actions start with a thought, an idea, a command from the mind, and if our mind isn't functioning properly, with good mental health, then our actions and daily decisions wouldn't be very rewarding, would they? Overall, I believe that mental health is important because of the significant role it plays in our lives. We may not realize it, but mental health can directly and indirectly impact every aspect of our lives, including our physical health, our lifestyles, and can even affect the people around us. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my experience at the workshop, the lessons we learned, and why I believe mental health is important. I very much appreciate every opportunity that was presented to us all on the workshop day, and the chance to share some meaningful messages. To finish, the Teen Miss Runway Supermodel Australia challenge is complete.